phenomenal game, phenomenal championship game, and kind of fitting that the sixth game between the two of us in the last month goes to extra innings. Neither team wanted to lose. Both teams competed unbelievably well on the mound and in the field and at the plate. And we're fortunate to be where we are. Excited to be where we are and looking forward to one more opportunity to play in the postseason.
And just talk about going back to back. That's always a lot of fun. Just talk about you always enjoy it for your players. It's not about you, but how special is it for those guys?
Well, we felt like coming into the year that we had some components that could help us get back here, but the first 2/3 of the year, it was like a roller coaster ride. It was up and down, and we'd play well for a couple days and play like a regional club, and then we'd play poorly for 3 or 4 days, and just trying to figure out who needed to be where, and guys were fighting themselves mentally from an offensive standpoint and on the mound, and we weren't commanding the baseball, and finally, guys just said, you know what, we got to go play. And I thought their focus improved and their understanding of how to deal with adversity improved. And, at that point we started minimizing damage instead of multiplying that damage. And our starting pitching began to go deeper in ball games and take some pressure off the bullpen, and where those guys had a little more limited roles where they could come in and give us what they had and turn it over to somebody else. So, and then offensively we began to get some contribution up and down the lineup, which was a must because we had not been very consistent offensively, but the last month it's been fun to watch. It's been fun to watch these guys grow up and and get rewarded for the work they put in since last summer.
Take me through Lyle's double there to go ahead in the 10th.
Great at bat. Noah got rid of one. He fouls one off down the left field line and takes a couple more pitches, and then he fouls another one down the right field line just out of play, and and finally got on top of one and stayed inside it, got it right down the right field line to drive in the winning run, and that was huge for him too. We're trying to play no doubles when Adcock was up in the 9th, and we still got beat over our head, and lesson learned. But Noah came up huge right there with a 2-out knock. Thorburn came out. Thorburn got that one started with a 2-out single, and then moved up on a wild pitch, and Noah came up, with the big 2-out double, and Hank hung in there and closed it out for us.
We've talked about him a lot, but no secret that Greg Jones was a big part of y'all's success this week. What else can you say about Greg Jones' performance this week?
I mean, we've said it for a while. When Greg goes, we go. He makes things happen offensively. Defensively, he's just continued to get better and better and better. Makes a phenomenal play and is now, he's making the routine plays on a regular basis. And, it's when you have a catalyst like that at the top of the lineup, it just puts a lot of pressure on the other team. It puts pressure on the pitching staff and as well as the defense.
And then take me back to the last 2 regular weekends, or the regular season weekends. You're fighting to get into the tournament. Fast forward today, you win it. How do you close that gap there?
We just told the guys, you know what you have in front of you. We need to win 4 out of 6 going in the last 2 weekends to put ourselves definitely in the tournament. And it unfortunately came down to the last game, and or the last 2 games after losing the first game of the Madison series, and we were able to pick the next 2 up and get ourselves here. And we really felt like we were starting to play good baseball and our best baseball of the year. And if we could get here, we could hopefully make some noise, and we were going to play as hard as we could play for as long as we could play. And fortunately, things worked out in our favor.
And lastly, moving on to the regionals coming up, very close last year in the regional at ECU. How do you close the gap, maybe make some strides moving into this year?
Yeah, we'll just have to wait and see where we go, and we're going to have to make some decisions on our pitching. After using Luke again, bringing him back from Wednesday to today and getting 3 innings out of him, and a great start for him to get us going and keep us where we wanted to be in the first 3 innings. He gave us what he had, and he won't be able to come back in the first game of the regional. Somebody else will start that, and with Landon coming back and giving us an inning today, we'll take a good look at our matchups, and Zarian may be the first guy out next weekend, but we'll just have to see how they recover during the course of the week.
Got one more, actually. I know you don't like to talk about you and making the season about you, but could you script it any better in your last season going out winning the CAA?
No, the guys told me coming up here, they said, "Coach, we're winning this thing for you." And I said, "No, you're winning it for yourselves." And they played extremely well. Can't be any prouder of any team. Every one of them's different. Every championship's different. You've got a whole different set of young men and a different set of variables that they fought through to get where they were. And but this group is pretty special. They've grown up a tremendous amount over the course of the year, and I'm excited to see us play again next week.